All right, I had one of our newer agents approach me about a specific topic that I just wanted to share the story because it's an interesting one, and I thought maybe that there was something deeper that we could all get from it. So this agent, he comes up to me and he says, I've got good news. I've got a new listing, which is great. This would be his first listing ever, which is just awesome. And he said, but there's a little bit of a catch. And so it's like, well, what's the catch? And he was telling me about the home, and it's a modest single family home in a reasonably good neighborhood. And he said the catch is that the home doesn't have air conditioning. And so I was like, wait a second. We're trying to sell a home in Florida in the month of July, in the middle of the summer, but it doesn't have air conditioning. He's like, well, yeah, unfortunately that's the case. I was like, tell me what's going on here, because that doesn't work, right? And so the story is that the clients, they don't have a lot of money. They really don't have a lot of money, and it comes that 2 or 3 years ago, the air conditioner went out at their home. And so since then, they have the windows open, they turn fans on, they have a window air conditioning unit that they could afford, but they could not afford a new air conditioning system. So I was talking to the agent saying, this is a real problem. Nobody's going to come in here and want to purchase a home that does not have an air conditioner. And even if the clients have quite a bit of equity in the property, but even if they were willing to give a credit to the buyer for new air conditioning, it's not going to show well. It's just going to turn people off immediately. So I was trying to help him think through what could a possible solution be to this issue. He had a signed listing agreement in his hand, and now we've got this huge problem that it's just not going to sell under the current, in the current state. So what he did is very proactive. He went and contacted a few different air conditioning companies to try to work out a solution. Maybe they could collect money at closing for a new air conditioning system. Maybe there was some kind of creative financing that they would offer that wouldn't get attached to the sale of the property. And so he contacted a few different AC companies to go and assess the situation and get quotes. Well, the one technician who went out there asked them specifically, who told you that you needed a new air conditioner? And the seller said, nobody came out to look at it because they couldn't afford a new air conditioner. They knew that in their minds they could not afford it. And so this technician who's going to quote a new air conditioning system, literally tells the owners, the thermostat has gone bad, and that appears to be your only issue. That's it. A $35 thermostat from Home Depot was the issue. And these folks, they lived in a house without air conditioning for 3 years. Oh my gosh, it's just amazing to me. So, lo and behold, they're extremely happy, as you can imagine, that our agent had, went through the effort to help get these bids to try to find a solution. They had no idea that this solution was so easy and right in front of them. They purchased another window air conditioning unit. They could have saved all of that money if they would have just had the proper diagnosis of the air conditioner to begin with. So the question on it, the lesson, and by the way, these people are as happy as can be. And now they can sell their home and get the money out of it. It's going to show well. Life is good again, but can you imagine living for 3 years without air conditioning in the state of Florida because of a faulty thermostat? It makes me sad, right? Because the human condition is to think problems are bigger than they actually are, right? So if those people would have just said, let's just, instead of buying a window unit, let's have somebody come and take a look at our air conditioner. We're going to have a professional come and take a look at it to see what is going on here. And that would have solved everything. But the mind said, we need to replace our air conditioner. We can't afford to do that. We're not going to do that. So my question to you is there anything like that in your life? Do you have something where the problem seems so big and it's overwhelming that you just don't want to mess with it. Because if you do, maybe the solution is simple. Maybe it's a very simple solution to the problem that you're just not looking at. So, I've taken a new look. Everybody has problems, right? So I've taken a new, fresh perspective on some of my problems. We tend to, as the saying goes, make mountains out of molehills a lot of times, and I'm guilty of that as well. So I wanted to share that because that just is so interesting to me, that 3 years of being uncomfortable was as simple as a $35 part, a thermostat at a hardware store. So just, I was reflecting on it. I wanted to share that because I think it's an important point to reflect for all of us. Hope you enjoyed. Talk to you soon.